Hey folks, welcome to Thursday, the 12th of May, 2022. And we are seeing this morning massive capitulation on the crypto space led by Bitcoin, currently leveling off a bit down 4.8% at market. But the key thing that we had yesterday was the core CPIs and CPIs out of the US. We were looking for really the market in as a whole was really looking for a topping out, if you like, of the inflation figures, and looking for a little bit of that. It's transitory, and we were predicting, I think just softer figures tomorrow. We got a disappointment on that, of course, because inflation is pervasive. So the market was looking for those lower numbers, but we didn't get it, and that was interpreted as hawkish and feeding into a hawkish Fed. I'm a little bit surprised at how much of a downside that we did get from it, given that sure, the Fed is going to be more hawkish on that, but they have committed to, well, we have commentary out of Jerome Powell saying that 75 basis point hikes are off the table. We're sticking to the 50 basis point hikes. And we know that, the guidance is we're getting that in June, or we're getting 50 basis point hikes again in June and July. But nonetheless, as you see now, as we go over to these charts, you'll see that the market really did come off quite hard. Looking at, say, with the NASDAQ here, the figure coming out at half one. So within this candle, and you can see just immense downside on the data. We pretty much round tripped, came back here above the 1246 three quarters, and then continued with the sell off into the close. Now this market is looking for support on 11779.25. Looking at this on the daily bars here, you can see we're sorry, squawk turned off there from the guys in New Squawk. As you can see, this market is looking for that support right now, and we really aren't that far away from this linear up channel down around the 10,400s here. But that's a big old move for this market, and we can't really talk about that right now. But that 11,779s is kind of the low here from pretty much November 2020, November 19th, and the low 23rd November 2020 there. So a breach on that level is we're not going to have much support below there. I mean, there's one or two levels we should be looking at, but the significant level below there is going to be 10,631. All right, now that's big old sell off. Chart calculator, that's another 10% down from where we are now. Are we gonna trade that within this month? I don't think we're gonna do that within this month, but I'm just making you aware of some of these key levels on the NASDAQ. So 11,779 is next level down. Looking out on the S&P 500 here on daily bars, you see we have this sort of linear regression up channel going pretty much all the way back here to what we kind of got into this channel in 2018. And during COVID sell off in March there, we kind of breached this linear up channel. But that is to come into play down in around the 3,800 marker. We are now trading below the high of 16th February 2021, and kind of coming into what is a quite nice little range here. I'll define in red going forward. Actually, we'll just kind of make this a little more palatable as a color in gray here. So I think we will trade down the majority of this range over the coming 10 sessions. And but saying that, especially on the Dow, we are coming into deep value territory, and it's just a big question here now of are the buyers going to come out of the woodwork here? And I just don't think so. I just don't think it's cheap enough for them. Now, there is a linear sort of regression channel here that is relatively quite well held up over the years, going back to pre-COVID era here on the Dow. So we're coming into the top of that channel at 3,100s here on the Dow, and that'll be kind of back into was this sort of a range high here from the 16th of Feb 2021. So I think that is going to trade. We'll switch to weekly bars here, for example, to kind of highlight that a bit better. You'll highlight 31,495 here, which is the high of the week of the 22nd of Feb. I think that's going to go. I think it's going to get taken out as well. Just going to trade that probably within this European session morning, actually. But below there, it's going to be a bit ugly. Next level down will be 31,124s, coming into confluence with this linear channel up. So, lots of big stuff here on the Dow and well across all these major equity indices. Oil just taking a breather, really. As we wait for more detail from the European Union on Russian oil and gas bans, specifically oil, and we have come back to test that invasion top 98.52s. Now we're just even though we had a great bid up from that yesterday, and yesterday really, I think still we're just going to languish around here until we get commitments from them. IEA and OPEC reports out today. Nothing really there to chew on too much. So I think $100 support remains on oil. I don't think we need to go back to 98.52s, the Russian invasion high. Some morning, you're also seeing the bund getting a great bid up here. So target for me is 155.71s and an open gap at the top, 156.13s to 57s there. So to show you really what's going on in the bund, we'll go back over to a daily bar here, and you can see, well, really, actually, I know if I go to a weekly, it's more pronounced here on this uptrend. So you can see really the trend is kind of going back to the low of the the week low of the 5th of Dec 2016 and 12th of Feb 2018. And we've reached that trend, but by and large, I think we just have really good support in this area for the bond buyers to then kind of come back on up here. And while, equities are taking a pasting this morning, opening down quite a bit. NASDAQ, for example, down 0.8. I think bonds will attract buyers and a bit of flight to safety. And we can probably just tidy up a lot of this. We start to rebid through the range. So I don't want to get rid of too many of these areas. But yes, that's what we're seeing on the bund at morning. Oil now just looking for new lows. And gold really mullicking around the 1845 to 49s area. Tried to get bid up off of there yesterday. No chance. No chance. Why? Because gold is a piece of doo-doo. That's why. I don't want to swear too much on YouTube here, so I don't know what the profanity blockers are. Anyway, not a lover of gold. Now you're seeing the bund getting rebid here. Just have a little look back at the DAC while we're here. Nice technical stuff on the DAX here. If we can make this full screen, so we get the morning trend break. Yeah, this morning we get the morning trend break about 5 a.m. We pull back and test here at 8 a.m. out of the lows. Yeah, and then testing 13,610s. Lovely opportunity to get short there on the retest and look for 13,403s on the downside. So nice technical stuff going on. Other things to note here on the FX space. Euro. Let me go on to the Euro daily chart here, and you can see that really over the last 2 weeks we have been trying to reclaim spot 6560s and then some, and just failing, and down we go on the Euro. One spot 175 is the target on the downside. Plenty of technical ranging here to show you that you do not need to be buying this for the big push up. People other than me talking about really the safety for the euro is going to be in July when we get the ECB rate hike cycle start, and with that, hopefully we can coincide with really bottoming out on spot 03175. There's a lot of talk about parity with the dollar coming across as well, and I think we will check on in on that on Discord session with the team here. Excuse me. But yeah, further downside expected on the euro, and that's going to be trading into very old levels there. Let's go all the way back. That is going to be the low. It's just behind my head here. That'll be the low of the 1st of May 2000. So a little over a year after we started actually trading the euro. So really, really crazy times for euro FX here. And of course, I can't leave this session without talking about the one and only Bitbook Bitcoin. Here it is. It's not pretty. We're down 5.8% on the session. Looking over on the crypto book, it's a bloodbath everywhere. Ethereum, the USD, negative 10.8%. Cardano, negative 16%. Doge down 12% here. Matic down 20%. HBAR, crazy action on HBAR actually yesterday. These are daily bars, and you can see the bottom of this range, right? You know, we've been tracking this range for quite some time on HBAR. You can see this range comes into play. Excuse me. Back from the high of the 21st of Jan 2021, and the low of the range, the high of the 8th of Jan, actually 2021. And yesterday, look at this. Look at this. Just in over a 10-second period, we traded all the way to the bottom here, 168, and then rallied back up. So, you know, a bit of ladder games going on here. You know, normally this is kind of someone who's kind of putting pressure on and actually then driving down to being long down here. So you are acting as seller and buyer on the market. But either which way, we're down just shy of 10% now on HBAR. But, you know, really coming in with, you know, concreting the analysis here that this is a good area to buy on HBAR, for example. So, yeah, look, it's pretty bad. Going back to just Bitcoin here, it's pretty bad. You know, we're breaching the lows that we had on the week of the, or sorry, on the week of the 3rd of January 2021. You know, we're giving up quite a lot of value, of course, here below the 28 handle. I think now we could easily go to 20,000 here, easily go to 20,000 on this thing. And no one wants to hear it, but major supports are at 13,920. I know no one wants to hear that, but you know what? Here's the cold shower of the pre-US session from me. So with that, you know, tread carefully out there. Seeing on the 60-minute view of that Bitcoin, you know, you've seen we break down, we pull back here, right? See that? Pull back right here, just above the 28,157s on this sort of range of the range low, and now we're selling again. All right, so I think we are going to probe a lot lower. I think, you know, the breach on the 27,650 here is going to lead to liquidation, and I just think sellers are going to punish people here now, punish the weak longs, and you know there are a lot of them in Bitcoin. So that's it for another pre-US session. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, no, do be careful out there. I think we're just going to get way more downside on equities today and tomorrow. So, you know, act accordingly, and, you know, really keep an eye on your risk. You don't have to trade a lot of these moves, but there are some really good moves occurring right now. So best of luck out there, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.